I was using a plugin in Photoshop and I came across a framework that really caught my eye, and it was a little bit like a matte frame, a matte border, but it had rounded corners to it. So I thought, can we recreate that in Photoshop? This is the method I've come up with, and once created we can quickly and easily apply it to other pictures. And what's more, it's completely adjustable. Right, the tool we're going to be using is over on the toolbar here. It is the round rectangular tool. We're going to click on this. Now these are the default settings that I've got in the menu bar here. You'll notice the radius is set to 10 pixels. When we click down, when we drag it out, it is far more of a rectangle than it is rounded. But if we come up to where it says radius, we can click down. We can use the finger with the arrow going through it to move it up, or simply swipe across, and I'm going to enter in a figure of 100 pixels. Clicking down, dragging it out. This time you'll notice there it is with those rounded corners, just the sort of effect that we're after. Come over to the layers panel. You'll notice the layers here with these little icons. These are showing us that we're using paths. Go into the paths panel. If you haven't got yours open, you'll find it under window. Click on paths, that'll open the panel for you. And there it is, there's the paths panel. Right, I'm just going to press delete to remove those, because now that we've set it up, we're going to click down, drag it out over the image, and I'm deliberately allowing myself a little bit of space to the edges, the top, the bottom, and to the two sides, obviously. Pressing V on the keyboard will change the shape tool to the move tool. Now the move tool is important, we can move it around. Plus, we can also make sure this is in the center of our image. Now to do that, use Command A, Control A. That brings a selection around the outside. We're going to go up to the menu bar. It's these little icons here. The second one in is going to make sure it's aligned to the vertical center. When I click on this, look at the way it jumps up. Going to the second from the end. This is going to align it to the horizontal centers. Clicking on that, it jumps across to the left. Pretty good. Right, Command D, Control D to deselect. We're going to go over to the layers panel because we need to bring back a selection, but this time around our shape. So I'm going to press Command or Control on the thumbnail. You'll notice the way the cursor changes. Click down, there's a selection, but we need two selections. We want this one around the shape and another one around the outside of the image. So we're going to go to Select, Inverse, and there it is. Across to the layers panel again, we're going to go down to the bottom. We're going to put in a new empty layer, which has taken our selections, put it onto this layer. We're going to switch that layer off, and we're going to go to the paths panel. Now with the paths panel, we need to change these selections into a work path. It's this little icon will do the job for us. There it is, make work path from selection. Click on that. You'll notice the way that the selections have now become like two pieces of thin wire running in parallel. Once we've got this, edit, define custom shape. We're going to give it a name of our choice. I'm going to call this rounded frame 100, because of course you can experiment with the numbers. So I'm going to put in 100 for this, and I'm going to click on OK. Right, now that we've done that, back to the layers. Pressing delete once will get rid of that path. Pressing delete again, layer 1 has gone, and now the shape has gone. Job done. Right, so you're working on a picture and you're thinking, just about finished, how about a border or a frame? Come over to the toolbox. We're going to go down to custom shape, because remember it was define custom shape. So there it is, there's our custom shape. Coming up to the shape tool for the menu bar. Coming up to the menu bar, we're going to go to the shape, and when you click on this, scroll down to the bottom, we're going to click on this one here, which is our rounded frame 100. That's the one we just created. Pressing enter or return will remove that panel. I'm going to come right onto the edge, so bringing that across so it's on the horizontal and the vertical. Clicking down, dragging it over like this. You'll notice the framework coming out, and when I release it, this is going to put in a black. There it is, because you can see the fill color up here is in black. If we click in this little window, this is where we can change the color. We can have any color we like with this, but I think I prefer to stay with something a little bit on the safe side. You can have white. My favorite has got to be either the 85%. That looks pretty good like that. I'll show you another method as well where we can actually change the color. But let's take a look at this. I've got a little bit of a gap on the bottom. We're going to use Command T or Control T. That's Command T, Control T. That's put the transform tool. Going to click on the bottom grab handle. Just going to pull it so it covers that area there. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to press the Alt or the Option key. So I'm holding down Alt or Option. The reason for doing that, you'll notice the top and the bottom are coming out equally. I'm going to take it to this area here. We're going to go to the sides, still holding down Alt or Option. We're going to pull it into that area, something like that. Looks pretty good. Double clicking inside the framework to apply. I mentioned another way of changing the color. Over to the layers panel, come to the thumbnail, double click. That brings up the color picker. Now with the color picker, yes, you can have a color of your choice with all the colors here, or bring your cursor out. I'm going to select the color from the image. I'm going to go for this blue-gray here, clicking on that. Make it a little bit darker by just dropping down. So I'm going to keep the lineage there, but going for a vertical line down. So we got the same sort of color, but just dropping it down into that area. Great stuff. That looks good. Click OK to that. How about something just to give it a little bit of definition around the sides? We're going to go to the effects icon. This is going to apply a layer styles, and we're going to be using a drop shadow. And with the drop shadow with this, I'm just going to take the size up into that area. And you can see the way the drop shadow is coming through. Let's click OK to that. And there it is. You'll notice the way we've got these lines coming around here. That's showing us the path, but don't worry. As soon as you click on any other layer, you'll notice the way that disappears. It's just there when you actually click on the layer itself. Right, let's take a look at applying it to another picture. There it is. You'll notice I've already got the custom shape tool. I've already got the shape that we've created, which is this one. This time though, let's change the color. Let's go for white. So we're going to change the color from the very beginning. I'm going to click down. You'll notice that panel disappears and drag it out to that area, something like this. In it goes in white. Right, Command T, Control T is the transform tool. Now with a lot of pictures, you want to get the entire image in. So press down that Alt or Option, drag it right out till you get to the edge. In fact, you can do something a little bit like this. And you can, there you are, 16 by 9. Can be quite good like that. So it's worth experimenting with all the various options you get with this. You can bring it right to the edge and come back when I'm speaking to you. Let's into that area like that, and let's just bring it up a little bit further into that part. So you can almost have like a stroke style border with just nice rounded corners. If I double click, you can still see the framework there. Don't need paths now at this stage. Just bring your cursor over where it says shape 1 there, where we got the text. Right click. You can go to rasterize layer. You'll notice how that's now disappeared. We are now using just a normal layer. What if you want a larger border? It's still there, don't forget. All we need to do is go to Image, Reveal All. That's brought it back, looking pretty good like that. If I press C on the keyboard, that's going to change the shape tool to the crop tool. Going to come to the side. I'm going to press the Alt or the Option, bringing it into something like just looking around the image, trying to get the top bottom roughly equal, something like that. Double click into apply. You'll notice I didn't use the delete crop pixels, so it just gives me the option to be able to change, to vary it a little bit. I'm going to press H on the keyboard to give me the hand tool. If we come to the thumbnail now, if I double click on the thumbnail, it brings back the layer styles. We've seen how we can apply a drop shadow. Let's do that again. Let's change that. Let's make the drop shadow a little bit bigger. Let's take the spread up a little bit. That looks pretty good. How about the color? Yes, we can still change the color by going to color overlay. You'll notice we've gone for a gray color. Coming up to this little square here, this is where we can change the colors. Let's go into that area and lifting this up. I'm going to go for a little bit of a creamy color like that, a little bit of an off-white. Great stuff. That'll do nicely. Clicking OK, and there it is. As you can see, once we've created this framework, once we've created this border, we can use it over and over again. We can change, we can adjust it, and this is using 100 pixels. You might want to take it up a little bit further, you might want to drop it down in size, but go on, have some fun with it. It is a great way. It's a very quick and easy way as well of adding frameworks to your pictures. Until the next time, it's happy imaging and take care.